Hello, my name is Fred Hodges, and I'm going to give you my description of addiction. Technically, as a social worker and as a person in recovery, um, I have two views. I have the technical view, which includes things like tolerance, ignoring your obligations, contact with the law, um, withdrawal, interference with activities of daily living, disproportionate amount of time spent securing, using, and recovering from your choice of drug. Personally, it's another story. My description of addiction is one that's based on my own experience. Addiction, for me personally, is something that will make you neglect everything. It's the most selfish undertaking imaginable. No one else matters. And strangely enough, even you don't matter, because everything you do is against your own best interest in terms of your family and your physical being. And the monstrous thing about it is that it feeds a need. It satisfies a need, a sick need. Some people first get involved with drugs because it helps them relax. Some people because it helps them forget. For me, it was a little of both. It helped me relax because I could forget about everything. I could forget about my issues with my parents, my issues with my family, my dissatisfaction with myself, my issues with my partner. I could forget about all those things. And when I took that hit, just going to another world. The problem was, when I came back to that world, all those problems were still there. Addiction is something that will fool you into thinking that it solves the problem. But slowly but surely, it creates more problems. And that's why I call it a monster. Because at the same time it claims to be, or it seems that it's solving problems, it's growing and growing and creating more problems and consuming you bit by bit. You lose belongings, you lose dignity, you lose your self-esteem and even respect for yourself. You lose all these things when you deal with addiction. Addiction found me on my knees looking for the drug and suddenly realizing that I was a slave. That this drug had actually brought me to my knees, and that I didn't care about anything but that drug. Addiction is a monster, and it's personal to each individual, because we all have our own particular problems and we all have our own sick needs that we try to satisfy by the use of the drug. And the drug keeps you from ever honestly and directly facing those problems in a rational manner that could actually lead to their resolution. So when I think about addiction, I think about that baffling, that insidious, that monster that gives you an imitation of life and a belief that you're actually solving a problem, while in fact you're just chasing your tail. You're going around and around. reminiscent of that commercial they had about why do I use cocaine? I use cocaine so that, I can work longer, so that I can make more money, so that I can use cocaine, so that I can, work more and around and around. With addiction, we think we're solving a problem, and all the while the problem gets bigger and bigger. It's a monster of our own personal creation. Thank you.